Can a child be allergic to foods and environmental allergens? What would be the manifestations?
Well, absolutely yes. There is, over the past two decades, we have been seeing increase in allergy and asthma in general, and the allergens, the causative allergens as well. And this is associated with an earlier age of onset. So we can see a child who's allergic to indoor allergens, foods, outdoor allergens as well, depending on the age of the person. This can be manifested usually starting with eczema and food allergy, gastrointestinal, and shortly afterwards the respiratory system.
How can an allergist evaluate for that?
The medical history remains to be the base for evaluation, and this needs an expert. A specialist in allergy immunology will extract important information from the history that may be by itself sufficient to know the causative allergen, or need the assistance of certain tests depending on the age of the child. The skin testing by far is more a biologic test, but in certain cases blood tests, the specific IgE, may be done selectively, again by a specialist who select the appropriate number that are suspected by this. In case of food, the definitive confirmation is by appropriate challenge test. In most of the cases will be needed. Otherwise, the children will be deprived of many foods unnecessarily, because these tests indicate merely sensitization. That's not necessarily clinical allergy.
Are there any new tests available recently or expected in the future?
There is a recent test. Instead of testing for the whole food protein, the components of the food proteins, which is called the allergen components, so that determine the exact allergen. It has some advantages, but they are available in very few number of foods, mainly peanuts and milk and egg. So it is not on every food. And again, this is just show predictability, but not 100%. They are expensive. They are not always reimbursed by insurances, and still remains the final decision in food is a challenge in most of the cases, unless the history is very strong of a severe reaction to a particular food. In the future, there may be some cellular tests, but they are far from being verified or validated yet.
What is the take-home message you can give to the allergists or primary care physicians?
The primary care physicians should know that allergies are increasing, and they know it. It is increasing in spite of various medications that we have. And we should diagnose it early. We don't have to wait until it becomes severe or even moderate. They should be evaluated. And the allergist will be the best specialist to evaluate, to find out the causes, rather than just depend on pharmacologic agents. And the physician should know that improving the allergies will improve the quality of life of the child and of the family in total, and the school performance, and they even prevent the incidence of future allergies in this way. And save the cost, because the later delayed, the more unnecessary tests being done.
Thank you so much, Dr.
You're
Bahna.
welcome. It's a pleasure.